This is going to bring us over, and this is going to let us custom live. Oh, this better work this time, Mike.
It'll
I'm,
work. It'll work.
I'm blaming him if not. Um,
Hey, Richard's in the house.
All right, how y'all doing?
What's up?
Good.
Congrats to the leaderboard too.
Oh, thank you.
I'm not seeing Richard. Did Richard disintegrate for a moment?
No, he's there.
That's really weird.
I can see him.
There he goes. He must have, his camera must have gone away for just a split second, because when I pulled up the live stream, so we are live streaming. It is working the way it's supposed to work this week. What I found out is that I can't just do the same live stream over and over. So even though I can put the information on the page ahead of time, I can't just leave it on the page like I thought I was going to be able to. I thought I could just create a new video and this would pick it up, and then I don't know. All in all, that doesn't matter. It's working now. My name is Jim Hall. We're here for Thursday Night Live. Tonight, we're going to be talking about coaching. And we're going to be talking about coaching, you know, should you have a coach? What can you get out of a coach? And, you know, should you be a coach? You know, so a couple of different ways around looking at that question. And, you know, in our business, I think a lot of what we do is coaching. We help each other. I think a lot of what we do just here on Thursday night is coaching. You know, we help each other here. We mastermind, and we help keep each other on track, if nothing else, right? So more than just a, you know, when I was in Iraq, I called my gym partner my almost gym partner, because I went with him to the gym, but I didn't actually work out with him. So more than just an accountability partner, but somebody that actually, you know, gives you a little pep, will meet with you and be like, hey, you know, you didn't do this. Somebody to keep you accountable to, but also to train you, to show you something above. And, you know, I think everyone should have a coach. And I think everyone should probably be a coach to those new people coming on into your business, whether that's a business online or a job. If we could all be leaders instead of bosses, you know, to me, that's what a coach is, right? Is a leader. If we could be leaders instead of bosses, we could get a whole lot more done in life. So that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. And we'll also talk about the button down below our video here, the surprisingly lucrative formula in the HBA. We'll go through that a little bit. You doing okay there, Robin? You look like your ears aren't working. If they're not working, you can't hear me. So I guess that won't help none.
They're working. I'm good. I just hear something. I don't know if it's coming from the video or in my house. So sorry.
All right. Sounds good. So Louie and Robin and I are all veterans, and I don't remember Richard's story, what he did before this or what he's still doing now. So I'll have Richard jump out real quick and just give us a little more of his background, if that's okay, Richard.
Yeah, sounds good to me. How y'all doing this evening? Can y'all hear me?
I'm good.
Yeah,
Great.
Yes, I'm great.
Well, just a little bit about my background. I worked in a factory for 21 years. One day came around, they said that they was closing the doors. We had a year to get prepared for that. So within that year, I started looking for a way to make money other than a job or working in another factory. So I started looking for ways to make money online and ran across a couple of network marketing companies. Believe it or not, I think I joined about 10 of them, failed. Tried my hand at affiliate marketing, ClickBank. Some of the other ones weren't around at that time. ClickBank, did some bomb marketing, some of that article marketing and things of that nature. Made a little bit of money, but it wasn't nothing consistent. After a while, you know, Google did the slap, so they stopped allowing that to happen. So we had to recuperate and go in another direction. And so I just kept trying. Finally, in 2016, after about 5 years of failure, maybe, I started having some success. in my business and started making some money, focusing on one thing instead of trying to have two or three things at the same time, because I discovered that if you're trying to do too many things at the same time, you're not going to get really much done and you're not going to have success in all of them. So I started focusing on one thing. That's when things started to take off. And recently, back in October, that's when I ran across the HBA, the funnel builder, 30-minute workday, before they changed it up on me real quick. And to be honest with you, I thought about getting out when they changed it, but then I said, no, I like Mike Hobbs. I like Paul Hutchins. I like the community. And so I stuck with it, and I'm glad I did. So now I'm in it for the long haul. This is my business opportunity that I'm sticking with, and I'm glad to be a part of you all's team tonight. Thank you.
Awesome, Richard. Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad to have you here. I love the HBA. I love the community here, Mike and Paul, like you said. Awesome guys. And you know, one of the big things that I came into this particular business for, a lot like you, I lost my job. I had pretty much given up on doing this online thing, this network marketing thing, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got fired from a job. First time I ever was fired before, just all of a sudden. I did something wrong at work and I got fired. It was my fault, but it was very sudden. And so it really hit me how much power that person had over my life, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I had just bought a truck. So I was maybe 6 months into making truck payments, and now I'm losing a truck, and could have lost my marriage. I mean, it was pretty bad for a while because, you know, I live in a pretty small town. There's not a lot of work. I worked hard to find a job as it was, and then just out of the blue, I lose my job, and it was pretty rough. And at that point, I realized that, yeah, it's time to do something different, you know. And it's been a struggle. It's been, you know, it's starting a business of your own and getting going has been a lot of work. And that's
Mm-hmm.
a lot of what we want to talk about here tonight. Is we want to demystify some of the things out there about how simple it is. And we do want to show you too that there are simple ways once you learn some skills, you know. So that's what we're here tonight for. We want to do a little coaching while we're here tonight. We want to show you around a little bit of what we're offering, show you what kind of an awesome place it is that we're part of. And that's all I'm going to go on. If Robin and Louie want to jump out and share a little about themselves.
Hey. So, yeah, so Robin Williams, like Jim said, I am a veteran. I am still in the military right now. I just, I want to say I love the subjects. I don't talk about the subject a lot, but I do know the importance of having a coach, having someone who can see what you're doing, you know, from the top down, right? So, like me personally, I went through internet marketing blindly with no one telling me what to do. You know, when I started off, like literally getting these sales letter that sounded great. You started something, and I could have joined a whole bunch of stuff that actually worked, but didn't know how to market the business, right? So I'm not going to say everything I joined was crap, but it didn't have that support, it didn't have that community, and didn't have people pointing to the right direction, telling me where to go. And it's a part of the journey that I loved and hated at the same time. Didn't like it because nobody wants to struggle, right? Nobody wants to struggle and not make money online and things like that. But and kind of guide them to the right direction. So I believe that coaching is super important. Hopefully I'm still here because my internet. Okay, cool. I just believe that coaching is super important because sometimes if you haven't been exposed to a certain thing and you don't know how it works, right? You're just not going to know what to do. And it's going to take people that's been through that area, that's been through this, you know, journey to kind of tell you, hey, you know, do this, do that. don't do that, right? Because there's a lot of stuff that we shouldn't do in our journey. And there's some things that we should do. So I believe it's super important. I do believe you don't really necessarily have to be a coach. You know, like a lot of people say, oh, are you a coach? Like, no, I'm not a coach, but I can coach you through some things, right? Can I coach you through, you know, how to do forums online? No, I kind of almost hate forums, right? I don't do them, right? But can I coach you on setting up emails, sending out emails? Yeah. Can I coach you on some Facebook marketing? Yeah. So I believe that, you know, everybody can play their part in supporting people who join a business and things like that. And you can play the part of a coach when the time is right. You know what I mean? And then also you always want to take advice and be coached by other people. So I believe my journey is kind of like a good example of why a coach is important, because you can go out there and start and be blind and just keep failing and not know what you're doing wrong until you start to get guidance from other people. So that's all I really have to share right now.
I think that's awesome. Something I like about that is some of our system, you know, we have places where we can just show where the information is. We don't have to necessarily be one of the people that does it. So we can still coach through our product. We can coach through our lessons that we have as well. And then there's always, you know, there's somebody like us that's doing this Thursday night thing. Amy does her things quite often. Mike did his over the shoulder yesterday. So I hopped on there and learned some things about, or was that today? That was today. I think I slept after that. So it seems like it was yesterday. So I learned some things there, you know, and coaching to me there too is picking up some little things you may not know, like Robin mentioned, on just little things that you may not realize that maybe you're doing something not wrong necessarily, but maybe you're doing something really, really backwards and it's not near as effective as the way somebody else is doing it. So, you know, you can pick that up. And that's what's really cool about our system too, is we have a Monday night call. We have like I just said, we have the Thursday night with Thursday day with Mike. And then Thursdays with us, we usually cover something technical and something a little mindset type every Thursday. And then there's somebody else, you know, there's always somebody doing some kind of training in our system. So anyways, I'll let Louis come out and say what he's got on his mind.
Hey, how you guys all doing? Hey, learn, do, teach. Learn, do, teach. We're all coaches, all through life. Whether you're coaching your children willingly or not willingly, we're all coaches to somebody. Coaches make things go faster. You know, if you're willing to show up on the field of whatever it is that you're interested in and put forth a little effort, it can only get faster and better if you have a coach. And this doesn't have to be like we're all coaching tonight. We're going to show you the 3K formula and some awesome stuff and just coach you through what that process, what it looks like. That's a form of coaching. It's up to you to take the action. But I've always thought that, you know, the method of learn, do, teach. You know, when you're in the military, you always want to train the person next to you because you don't know if you're going to be there, right? And somebody's got to be able to keep on going. So, you know, you always taught from that. You also had a manual, you know, so everybody's got to show up. But that's a form of coaching. Like you said before, directing somebody to where to get the information. You know, so, hey, I don't have to wait till I talk to somebody else. Let me look here first, you know, showing them where to do it and even how to do it. Oh, be careful, this little tip or this little tip. And then when you get into the business world, it's not always like that. The person that may be coaching you may have, you know, don't want you to know everything they know. I know in the union ranks and stuff, everybody kept a little book of notes of things that they learned, right? And it went with them when they left, right? And if you were lucky enough, they'd take you under the wings and they'd show you some little tricks that would have driven you crazy hadn't you know those things. But I've been around those people too. So in this environment of being an entrepreneur, like-minded people, we're in competition with nobody, right? It's all mindset, and we're here, and hopefully people that are watching tonight are going to get something from it. and you can consider coaching. Any one of us, if you've been invited here through email or whatever method, reach out to any one of us if you're stuck on something. But I'm glad you're here. And I'm not going to go into the long background stuff, but learn, do, teach. Learn something, do it, and then teach somebody else, either in writing, in video, or something. And that will help you, maybe as you're stammering through it, learn a little bit more about it. It makes you better grounded in it. So always seek to try to constantly do that, and it will make you better at it as well. That's all I have, Jim.
Sounds good, Louis. And I think what Louis alluding to there is what we learn in this system is learn, do, teach almost at the same time. Don't even delay. Just learn it, do it, teach it all together. And that's something when I started working at McDonald's, I tried to implement that even at McDonald's, because so many people wouldn't pay close enough attention. So whenever I had to teach somebody, I was a trainer there for a while, and I would have one of them learn it, and then I would have them teach the next person in line right away, and have, because then it locks it right in. So a lot of people really liked that training style, and a lot of people thought I was a great leader there at McDonald's. What I found interesting too about what you said, Louis, was my last job, I actually worked for the state at the health department, and there's some people there for 50 years. There's 2 or 3 employees that have been there for 50 years. And their policy is they don't fill the job until the person is gone. So like you said, that notebook of knowledge, that body of knowledge is gone for weeks, sometime months, before somebody even comes in to replace them. When I started there hadn't been anybody in my position for like 2 years. Literally nobody knew how to do the job. So I had, like you said, I had to read the manuals. I had to look up the manuals on Google and all kinds of stuff just to learn the job. And they thought I was this superstar. And I'm like, yeah, but you don't even know you have no idea what I'm even doing. Nobody even knew what my job was. It was so crazy. Anyway,
it's amazing. And then that's why, some of those businesses, and especially government ones, unfortunately, are going to lag from really any breakthroughs on getting better because of that mindset. At least as an entrepreneur, I think most entrepreneurs are more open-minded and willing to be coached and open to information. And that's what's so great about our community.
Yeah, I love our community. And something else I wanted to say is I had sort of a down week. I got irritated at a member, but I was picked up by my coach, and my coach said, "Hey, I've been watching you for a year, and this isn't how you normally are. So maybe we need to get together and see if we can help you get back on track." And I'm like, I'm not off track. I mean, I'm doing what I want to do, But somebody said if they didn't know me, they would have thought I was a jerk. I did let them know that I am a jerk, but no, but
I didn't call you that.
No, but, and I thought it was really cool though, because somebody recognized that with the amount of hard work that I've put in over the year, that maybe there was something wrong, and didn't just, granted they can't fire me, right? But they actually came to help out instead of just shut me out, so I thought that was really cool. And again, that's the way that our community is. And then after rethinking, I at least forgave myself and that person, and have moved on. So anyways, so I don't really have a big agenda tonight. So this is something I didn't really track out for Learn, Do, Teach. It was just something that was on my mind because of how my week went. And so if you guys want to jump in and keep a conversation going tonight, and then I will start to look for some stuff to display and show about the 3K formula. Not everybody at once, though.
I had stuff to say, but I didn't want to start jumping out there while you were still talking. I think one of the important things for people to understand as you're just in this industry, period, is that if you're looking for a coach, to make sure that you are coachable. That's just a huge thing in this industry that I've seen. It like sometimes people don't do what they're told to do, you know, or told that they should be done. That they should be doing, because really, when a coach tells you to do something, you don't have to do anything that a coach tells you to do. Like they're just pretty much giving you the advice on what you should do. But one of the things I see the most is our community, even though we have people that are willing to coach, they're willing to guide you, they're willing to help. This community is one of the most empowering communities when it comes to videos. You literally have step-by-step videos, education. You almost, depending on your level of expertise, have absolutely everything you need in the videos. And so, you know, with the company, sometimes a lot of people, they'll go to a person and say, what do I do next? Oh, no, you need to go to that video that somebody put all of their hard work into and watch the video and follow the directions. And another thing that I think people should do is just pretty much respect that time, right? So like if Jim created, you know, a five video formula for a new strategy, and I just keep going to Jim saying, what's the next step? I'm not respecting his time that he put in for those videos and done for me, right? So literally, you should be going to the videos or the instructions that you're given, watching them. If you don't understand it, watch it again, right? If you don't understand it, watch it again. And then if you're like, okay, like, I think I'm going crazy. Hey, can you check this out for me, right? Then a coach should be able to direct you on what you're doing wrong, you know, which step you should take. Or maybe you watch the videos and you're just kind of unsure, like, you know, in this video, you said I could do free marketing or paid marketing. I'm kind of torn in between, and you can have that conversation. I think that's something legit that you can go to somebody for, but you always want to be coachable. I see a lot of people go, they say, oh, I've been marketing for 3 days or 3 months or 3 weeks or whatever, and I haven't made a sale. It's like, but they can't tell you what they've done, right? They can't tell you what training they've gone through. And it's important. I can't speak for all of the businesses that's out there or all of the platforms, but I know in our community, it's a lot of stuff that's already out there for you, and it's important for you to go through that. It's there for a reason. We don't have, some of these companies do have BS training, so maybe that's what's jacking it up for the good companies, but there are some companies that aren't clear and things like that. But even so, because I recently had joined a community that had this step-by-step training, right? I can still tell who went through the BS training, right? So even the people that went through that training that wasn't that great on getting them started in that company, you could at least help them from there. Like, yeah, you watch the training. Yeah, it doesn't talk about this, but this is what you can do, right? I can guide them to the next step because they've watched that training. But I know in our community, it's literally all set out here. I think most of the questions that we do get are pretty advanced. I think most of the questions are like people that are advanced and wanting to do some crazy high techy stuff, right? But I think that's an important mindset to keep, is to, you know, always be coachable and pretty much respect people's time. I'm not saying that in a, you know, negative way, but it's just important, and you should want people to respect your time. So like when you start bringing people on, you direct them to the videos and then go from there. So I thought that was like sitting on my head and my mouth and everything when you asked for somebody to go. So.
Yeah, and I think that last bit's really important because, you know, what I also see a lot is people will come into the business and then be nervous of how are they going to teach somebody, you know? So if they learn by watching the videos, it's a whole lot easier for them to then be able to point and say, look, this is where I learned it. You know, not a lot of people have the time and the brain power to coach all of that all the time, you know. But like you said, once you've gone through some of it, now you got a specific question to ask. I can help with almost any question, you know. So I mean, and I can help with all of us can help with a lot of it, but you know, a lot of people will come in and say, okay, well, how do I make money? Well, I mean, you got to narrow it further than that, you know. So And then also, like you said about listening to the coach, if somebody, what I've found a few times is I'll tell somebody they need to do it like this, and they're like, yeah, well, I'm not tech savvy, so I don't really know how to do it like that. Well, I mean, just do it like this, or we've already set you up. You don't need to be tech savvy. It's mostly all done for you. Just start running some traffic, So just some thoughts that were brought out as you talked there. Richard, you had your mute button off. You want to?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that, kind of piggybacking off of what Robin said is being coachable, but also if your coach tells you something, don't take it personally, but as constructive criticism. And, I had someone to join me, and he was, he can't believe that he can do this. He doesn't have time to do this. And I'm trying to go through the training before I go to work. I said, look, this is what you do. Don't try to go through all of the training at once. Pick the training that you're going to do, go through the video, pause it, do the steps, then go back, pick up from there. Because if you're just trying to sit there and watch video after video after video, you're never going to get anything done. And I think he got a little upset with me because I told him, but I was just telling him the truth. That's what you have to do. I had to learn that because that's what I was, a coach told me, look, learn. And as we were speaking, learn, do, teach it. Because if you learn it and you're teaching it, just remember you're one step ahead of everybody else anyway that's coming in with you. So take it as constructive criticism and not just as criticism when your coach or mentor or advisor, whoever is trying to help you, that they're there to help you. And if you get upset with them, that's going to get them in a position where they don't want to help you any longer because they feel like you're going to get upset and fly off the handle with them. So be careful of that as well. Thank you.
Cool. Anybody else got anything they want to hop out and talk about? Anything floating around on the brain? Come on, Louie. I know you've been thinking about this all day.
I was the last one before you ended up giving back the mic. So I'm just picking up tidbits. Learn, do, again, I just come back to learn, do, teach. And
I'm sorry.
No, that's all right. I'm not gonna belabor it, but teaching it too does not mean to get on a call with somebody else or a video and scare, we're not trying to scare you at all. Teaching it could be writing an article or just putting together some material that you regurgitated from the steps that you learned that you could then send to somebody else. Maybe you have a different, people connect with people more than, that's what it all is. That's why we're not in competition with one another, is because people ultimately will connect with the ones that they resonate with. So you may have, like Jim or Robin was saying, you may look at the material and not understand it the way I understand it. But once you get it, when you put it in your words, then you're going to connect with all the people that had the same struggle that you had. So, it's like, oh, okay, that's what they mean. And from my perspective, I got that part. So when I wrote it or did it or was putting that material together, I was coming from this level over here and you're coming in from over here. So when you rewrite it to way and send it out to maybe your people or to try to teach somebody the information you just learned, you're connecting with them at a different level than I could have. So that's what I'm saying about teaching it, learn, do, teach. So by you doing it and getting an understanding of it and then trying to put something else out there, it doesn't matter. I talk about day elimination. I can talk terms and throw all kinds of stuff out there, but somebody else, that may be all gibberish if they, depending on where they came from. So then they start doing it. It's like, oh, this is what I mean. Hey, look at this. All right. That's where the breakthroughs come to. That's where your biggest breakthroughs come to too, is doing that, and you're using the same information. It doesn't matter what your niche is. It does not matter what your niche is. If you're sheetrocking and you have a tip that your friend or your mentor taught you, and now you're teaching somebody, learn, do, teach. So if you got a website on that, you could throw something together and say, this is how I do it. And bam, you just connected with somebody.
I think another important thing there too is earning that time, like that mentor that stepped down, that coach that stepped down to help me out. I would have never really, let's say 6 months ago, I wouldn't have gone to him and said, hey, can you help me? Until I felt like I've earned my position to have that time with that person. So sometimes, if let's say you're not getting the attention you need from your upline or from your sponsor or whatever business, or maybe even your boss, right? If you're not working hard enough, if you're not bringing in the money for the business, then maybe they don't feel like they need to take time out of what they're doing to come and help you. So, so two sides of that, ask for the help, but also earn the help at the same time. Go out there and be doing it. Jim Rohn or Zig Ziglar, I'm not sure which, said that his daughter wanted to buy a car, and he knew that when she was ready, she would come to him and say, listen, Dad, I have this much money. Can you help me with the rest? And he said, but if she would have just come to me and said, Dad, I need a car, then there wouldn't be any car, because she didn't do anything to help get there. So, but like he said, he knew that she would be the type to have met him halfway, so to speak, so just wanted to throw that in there as well.
Michael, my son there, does the flags for front lines, and he's earned enough money. He's given away almost $2,000 to fire departments and stuff, but he earned enough money to buy a CNC machine. Now, there's a lot of skill sets that have to be learned on how to work those files and stuff. He meets me halfway. If I'm not here to do it for him, but like you said, he's willing to show me halfway. I'll do this part and send him all the files. I go, which file do I need? It's like, well, you need all of them, because if you need to change it again, I'm coming to your computer and we're doing it on your computer. So it's meet you halfway. And coaches don't have to be, we're talking coaches tonight and being coached. You don't have to always pay for coaching. Tonight we coach people when they ask us a question all the time in the telegraphs. It's not, I'm only going to get good information if I have to pay for it. Some fields and some gigs, that's probably what it is, but that isn't the way it is here. And so, if you have a question and you don't want to ask it in underneath here, you can put your questions in the live and we'll try to answer it tonight. But if not, contact one of us. We're more than glad to meet you and help you out.
I think what you said about Michael there was pretty awesome too, because not only is he meeting you halfway on that part of it, but he's already met you halfway. He's already set up his stuff. He's already made the flags and selling them and getting on TV and all that stuff. So he's gone so far before he comes to Dad and says, hey, can you help me with this? So I think that's pretty cool too. He's done a lot of cool stuff.
Well, people are asking for different things now. And so it's like, we're in the prototyping. It's like he hates all the material you have to lose in the prototype. It's like, I've never done this before, so we'll see how this goes. Oh, that went too deep,
Right.
So it's like, and so then he has to back up and make another one to get it to that stage again, because you just messed it all up. It's like, here, you do it. I don't want to mess up 4 hours of your work to get it to that stage. Let's do it on a dummy. Now we've smartened up though, and we've now we now flip them over and try a dummy there first before we go and do a live one. So anyway, yes, he meets me halfway.
It's pretty cool. All right, I'm gonna get into some stuff unless somebody else has anything they feel like they want to get out there. And I will start sharing my screen. Let's see here. Which screen do I want to share? All right. So if you're here tonight, once somebody's invited you here, I don't know who it may be because it was put out today in the live with Mike that I'm doing this, and the website was given out. So pretty much anybody could have invited you here, and you could be on a page that looks just like this or similar to this. So if you're watching us here on this page, right here where it says discover our surprisingly lucrative formula, is where you can click to get some more information. And then of course down here below is where you can ask your questions. Now I'm going to go ahead and click through here, but before I do, I want to show you at the bottom of this page is some forms that once you get started with our business, you can put in your links, your affiliate IDs, and this page will actually duplicate and function just like it is for you. And we can do all this sales for you every single week. So this is part of the coaching that we do, and we always have a different topic. And so I like to point that out because I don't think a lot of people realize that this is all set up as a training / sales experience for anyone on the team, the whole team in the whole company, you know. So anyways, we'll go ahead and click through here and start to show you what happens here. So when you click through, you come to this next page, the HBA, the Home Business Academy. Mike talks on this video here, and he tells about, Mike is the founder of the co-founder of HBA, and he tells about basically why the company was created. It was created for people like us that really struggled to make it. And so they wanted to come out with something where people could make it a whole lot easier and faster. And this 80% commissions is one of the biggest ways that happens, because we can actually make more money than the company makes without any of the headaches of the company. You know, we don't have to do any of the billing. We don't have to do any of the follow-up. Yeah, granted, you know, we're trying to keep a team together. So that's why we're talking about coaching. We're trying to keep people around, and we want to help them get to the next level, you know. So Mike will talk to you for, looks like about 30 minutes there about the business and about what's all involved. And then basically you click this button to sign up with the HBA. This will get you started right in for $25. And you'll be commissionable on a $20 per resell of the funnel builder that we have. Now I have the funnel builder pulled up because I wanted to show a little bit of pre-work to this. If you like, the way that we're doing it here is fairly simple, right? We're just coming through this page that's already, again, it's already pre-done for you completely. All you have to do is put in your information down here. But the funnel builder has all these sheets in it that you can actually make anything you want, any kind of website, anything that collects emails, however you want to go about it, right? And then, so there's a couple of different versions of pages before this page. You could go with something like this. And I just want to show you how easy this is, where you just pull in a little bit of information here, and then a capture page, and then this would link right over there to that page. I don't think this is actually the one that's meant to be with that, but every one of these blocks is just drag and drop, and then you can just change the same thing. You can just change your bits of information in here, and this page is set up for you. Let me go back in there and grab the one. I was thinking that one was the one that was designed for that page, but the same thing. You just add a new page. You come in here and go down here, and then it looks like this one must be the one that's set up for the 3K formula. Yeah. So former military vet creates a simple formula to earning $3,000 or more per month online, and now he's giving it away to people just like you, right? So this is all set up and made for you. All you have to do is come in here and change where this page goes, which is going to go basically back to this page, right? And then where at in your get response in your email automation system. So you would just pick a list that's in there, and this page is all set up for you. And this page is working. That's what's really neat about this is a page that's tested and getting results out in the market already. So, you might want to change something in here, because maybe you're not a former military vet, but three out of four of us could use this exactly like it is, and and just change a word or two. So then this would point right over here to this page, and there's a system in place making money for you just that quick with a couple of clicks that pays 80% commissions. Now, Louis was, somebody asked Louis, can you really make money, with just a $25 product? Well, with just 40 and then some upgrades, that's going to be around $100,000 a year in residual monthly income, monthly commissions, because there's more products, right? We have a training product, and Mike talks about the training product in here as well. Once you get inside of here, there's what we call the HBA Premium Traffic and Conversions Academy. And this is our back-end product, and a lot of things that we'll talk about, and usually I show that picture, but there's basically a ladder, right? Richard mentioned earlier on about the Google slap. And if you don't know anything about that, Google basically said, no, you guys aren't going to do this so cheap anymore. We're going to change the rules so that everything's way more expensive. So it went from costing a couple dollars to get a lead or a sale to $50 or $60 to get a lead or a sale. And so what you had to do then was find ways to get more dollars out of each sale. So we call that a value ladder. Over time, you walk through this system and you get more value in our system. And that's where this comes in. The HBA Premium Traffic and Conversions Academy teaches you all about everything that you need to know about marketing online. There's pre-traffic strategies like the bridge to your dreams, the big picture, target marketing, the lead magnet. And the lead magnet is where this information is found with these done for you programs, the done for you steps like we're showing here with the Simple 3000 formula. Lost my place here. So that's just like your pre-traffic. So this is like your first class at college, right? You'd come in here, you'd take these classes, you learn all this stuff. And then at this point, you're going to be like, whoa, I got a lot going on. Maybe you do 2 or 3 videos and you actually start applying some of it, or maybe even 1 video, depending on where you're at, and then you get in here and you can actually start doing free traffic. So this is kind of getting your mind right, getting your mindset going, getting you wrapped around what business is, what some of these things are that we're talking about. And then you can jump right into launching your business. And since you have something already made for you, all set up, all you got to do is just put it out there, right? You don't have to design the whole system. The whole system is already designed for you. You just come in here, learn how to get it out there in front of somebody. So it's a lot like if you were to start a McDonald's. And when Louis said this earlier, and I use McDonald's all the time, so fault me if you need to, but McDonald's, I think, has the perfect business and shows everything exactly the way it is, right? If you were to buy a book to learn how to open a McDonald's, you're not going to make money with your McDonald's just because you bought a book about it, right? You got to then go ahead and get your system in place. So that's what some of this is. This is getting your system in place. You're going to need the funnel builder. That's the first $25 tool right here. And then once you get your funnel builder, you'll learn how to do something like this. And then you can adjust this and change it however you want. You can make stuff for any business you want. You don't have to use HBA products at all if you don't want. If you got an Herbalife business and you want to do a page like this, I mean, you could just add in a picture here real quick and just add in something Herbalife, right? And I think I even have an Herbalife picture in here. Here's some Herbalife stuff just to show that if you wanted to, you could just do something like this, make a few adjustments, put a little different wording in here, and you could just convert this over to be an Herbalife ad. And then the cool thing is about this is you're collecting people's information so that you can then follow up with them after they've gone in and maybe they didn't make a sale. After they've gone in and you start to learn how far they go, where they get stuck at, and then you can follow up and say, hey, you know, I see that you went through my system. I see you opened my email. What happened? You know, did you not find what you were looking for? What is there I can do to help you out? You know, did you not understand the comp plan? Whatever it is like that, where if you're not doing a system like this, you don't have any of that kind of information. You know, you got to just assume. I mean, most people would just assume they didn't even bother to go, or maybe people would assume they went through it all and wasn't interested, so they wouldn't follow up. But you can find out kind of where they're at by the strategies that you apply this way. And then the same thing, you're going to take that information from inside of the HBA Premium, and you're going to learn how to get in front of more people so that you're not talking to your friends and family. None of us are talking to our friends or family about business. We've all learned years ago that doesn't work anyways. You know, they don't want to do it. They don't want to hear about it anymore. They didn't want to hear about it the first 12 times, right? So, and if you've been doing this for a while, you know exactly what I'm talking about. This is usually the biggest hurdle for people in online business or in business in general, is getting enough people to their business to make sales quickly enough. You know, you got to get people there fairly fast so that your business doesn't attrition underneath of you before you start to get other people making sales underneath of you. So all of this stuff will help with that. All of this part is free. Now, free stuff takes more time, right? Anytime you're doing stuff for free, you're trading your time for that. So not necessarily a lot of time, you know, like simple free unlimited leads with Facebook. It's a small action every day. Maybe you could latch onto this, do this every single day. I got a buddy that's grown a Facebook page up to 27,000 likes now, just from doing this kind of a strategy, just putting images on a page and just doing it with real consistency. And that's all this is. So those are contacts that you can then work that you wouldn't otherwise have in front of you, right? You got blogging, you got the blog network, YouTube ranking. This YouTube ranking is 15 videos of some hardcore YouTube stuff. I mean, this shows you every single bit of anything you could need to do with YouTube. YouTube channel strategy, YouTube channel setup. I mean, keyword research. It's going to tell you every single bit of it. And then like today, we sat with Mike for an hour, hour and a half, maybe even 2 hours. I don't know. It was a long time going through like little tidbits of stuff that's doing better for him. He showed us some of his videos that are ranking and why they're ranking and just exactly what things to look at and what somebody said earlier, what not to look at, right? This doesn't work. Don't mess with this because it says right here, don't do this. It's not important, you know? But it was overlooked for years. So the video tools and equipment, everything is in here, every single bit. Now, maybe you're not a YouTuber, right? So you don't want to get on here and do videos. You should, but I resisted for a long time. A lot of people resist for a long time. It's awkward. It's scary, right? One of the scariest things is to be in front of people. So we get it for sure. This will make it a whole lot easier. Anytime you're knowledgeable about what you're doing, it makes it a whole lot easier to get in here and start doing stuff like we're doing now. Now, I've been on this this Thursday night thing every night for a whole entire year. I'm pretty comfortable in front of the camera now. I wasn't. I remember the first time I came out, this was scary stuff, you know? I thought I would never do a YouTube channel. But now I have one. It's not exactly thriving yet, but it's going, you know? So then there's getting paid traffic, solo ads, Facebook video ads. And then there's a whole nother section too about in the 30-minute workday about another way to do done for you stuff. And I won't go too far into there because we're getting close to that time that we like to jump off of here. But there's a whole nother section here of kind of how to work this from another angle. So that's another really cool thing about HBA is you don't have to do it this way. You don't have to do it like any specific way. You can hook on to something that resonates a little more for you. You know, this way with Nick, you give away this book, and for every book you give away, you start to get conversions. And if you give a book away every single day, you can start to bring in a sale every single day. After a little while, it'll start to snowball, right? So that's just one more way to do this. And then like my wife has done, she has her whole academy. Her wearehomebusinessbakers.com has her whole academy that's gone from this exact strategy where she's collecting leads. She's collecting leads through various different ways. Like in order to get into her page, you have to register. She gives away these free tutorials every week. And then people can get in here and they can register, sign up for the weekly tutorials. She's getting people coming here from her Facebook group that's all about baking. So they're highly targeted, free traffic. She's not paid any marketing at all for this. And this is all done with our $25 a month funnel builder. And this has multiple levels of, see, there's the login. And then when people register there, it goes right on to her get response autoresponder, and they start to get an email about how the business started, about her passion for baking. Sign up now. And then it does all the work. If you come in here and you shop for the private classes, she's got her free weekly tutorials membership that you can just register for. She's got a $9.99 per month membership that you can purchase, or a $29.99 per month that you can just purchase. And then what's super cool about this is she doesn't deliver anything. They purchase this and they land right here on her page, and they can start going through the classes, right? So that gives that bigger payment amount, gives them access to these live classes that she has people actually doing for her every Wednesday. And then all of these are already done recorded classes. So she's got all these that you get just included with your membership for either $10 or $30. Now, this is another thing that's 100% commission, right? But my point is all of this is done just with the training and everything that she and I have learned back here in the Home Business Academy, in the premium section, in the Funnel Builders Academy. We didn't even talk about the Funnel Builders Academy. It comes with the Funnel Builder, and it shows you all the details about how to make your own stuff, how to make this page here, how to make different membership sites, how to make, like Louis said, with flags for frontlines. Louis' son's site, going through there. Look how much different this site looks than Christy's, my wife's site. And then how it all looks the same as you go through it by using some of the information that's in those trainings. So this is where Michael's selling flags from. And so then people will come here to his store and order these flags, and then he ships them out, and then he gives a portion of the profits over to fire departments, raising money for volunteer fire departments and wounded firefighters. So this little project says, as I think Louis said, $2,000 has already gone over to them. And this is done again with the Funnel Builder. All of this is done inside of that same $25 a month tool using the same trainings. They came in here, Louis and Michael both came in here and learned some stuff. And then they came to me, and Louis is not on my team. We're just really good friends from doing this. They learned some stuff. Go ahead, Louis.
Well, it's the 30-minute workday and the 3K formula. Those, let's look at those like the coaching programs. Like my son started, he was working. We made him stop during the early March, April of the COVID stuff. So we didn't want him working. My wife was a healthcare worker. And so he's trying to earn money. He's at that age. And I turned him on to the 30-minute workday, which, I had just gotten started in March myself and was making money with it. And I wanted him to learn some of the online stuff anyway. And he took off with it. He did. I mean, he got a lot of all-in sales. He was tearing it up. I would coach him on his emails and basically be told to be quiet because his flavor was working for him. His emails were converting better than mine, because they took the people that were on his list, took him as he was, 16-year-old making money online. But that's not what he wanted to do. But as I was told the guy the other day that called and wanted to know if he could make money, it's like, listen, these are templates. These are already almost done for you so you can learn the steps of how to make money online. You need a way to something like the Flags for Frontline, a web page, or just a page with an offer. You're familiar with that if you go anywhere, Home Depot, JC Penney's, almost everywhere you go online, they ask for your email. They want to give you a coupon or do something, and you give them your name and your email. So it's teaching you the mechanics of how you do it with a done-for-you system. Not everybody is in business like we want to help people get in business. That's what our business is. We love to teach and help people do this business. He did not want to do that. That did not resonate with him at all. But the skills he learned, he took and built a web page, and built a business, and he's using that part of it, and has nothing to do with building a business online or telling somebody else how to build a business online. So we don't want people to get hung up in that. It's like, oh, I'm not interested in doing that. I get that quite a bit. It's like, you don't look at it like that. This is, if I could build you out 20 templates and things just like the 30-minute workday or whatever to walk you through the steps, for your business. I gave you the example earlier of a person that does sheetrocking, right? When I was looking for a person that does sheetrock for our apartment building, I couldn't find one. Nobody had a website. But if you're going on Yelp or one of those, all these names showed up from all over the place. None of them looked local, whatever. I ended up finding a guy, and he gave me a good deal. I said, what I'm going to do? I'm going to build you a website. And it was called Rock and Roll Sheetrock at the time. And he started getting business. He was the only one. He was the only sheetrocker that had a website. So what's Google's job? When somebody goes to look for somebody, they give them the most relevant search. So he didn't have to compete with Yelp or any of those other places because he was the only one with that. His site he just took off, right? That's all you're doing. It's like if you have a carpenter or a plumber or, any service business at all, you want somebody to be able to get a hold of you. You don't want to have to be sitting there by your phone all the time. They can go on your website. We can show you how to connect with them, where they can set up an appointment with you, send you an email and say, hey, I'm interested in such and such a job. And you can get back to them. That's the same mechanics that the 30-minute workday and everything else is teaching. How to build a page, give an offer, and how to collect those emails so that later on, you might be busy right now, but you can always email them, hey, spring is coming, it's time, or fall is coming, it's time to do a tune-up on your boiler for winter. There's all kinds of, people want to do projects around the house. I got a neighbor down the road that wants me to help, pay me to replace windows. It's that time of year. People want to start doing stuff. So you can use it for everything. And I look at it as a system that teaches you the basics and the escape plan. If we haven't gotten it, get it from one of us. We'll get it to you. Explains exactly what it is. If if you're doing your business that you want to do, marketing something else, it's great. Tear it up, be the best that you can be, but put yourself in the equation. Don't just send the people off to whatever program you're involved with without being in that formula. Because if you do, you're building their business line, because that they're going to go there and put their name and their email into that list, and you're never going to have them. To be
Even
able to
if they're
communicate.
not collecting names and emails, they're still going to be collecting customers. I think a lot of people
Exactly.
don't really think about that.
Right.
Once they're over there as their customer, they're no longer yours. I mean, even if you have to sell something else different to them, if you can get their name and email address. I was reading about restaurants and pizza places and stuff like that. If you were collecting emails for a restaurant or a pizza place, and then on Tuesday when it was slow, because it's always slow on Tuesday or Wednesday, whatever day it is. I mean, I'm not in the restaurant industry, but you could send out an email and say, hey, 10% off today. They were talking about a pizza place that sent out just an email every single day at 4 o'clock that said, hot, fresh pizzas, come and get them. And he sent it out every day at 4 o'clock, no different, no nothing. And his business just exploded because it's time to pick up pizzas. And if you can be reminding your people, your customers, I mean, just that will help. Christy uses the thing too for baking cake, for her baking cake business, not just her cake academy, but her cake business too. So, I mean, this system's used for everything. And if nothing else, these trainings inside of the HBA Premium are all about all the other stuff, all about Facebook and YouTube and all the other stuff that you need to learn about for any kind of business, whether you even use the funnel builder or not. All of that training you need for any kind of business out there, so and I think the funnel builder just the same. You can use it for any business, but the training as well. So anything before we get signed off tonight? I know Robin's got another engagement at 9 o'clock. I don't know where she's at. She's hiding.
I am hiding because my part of my internet be hiding, so I gotta hide. I think people have to look at, like, so you went over the training academy basically. People have to look at that as a faster pathway to success, right? And then like the coaching part, an even faster way, right? So just like adding fuel to it, because sometimes things like Louis mentioned earlier, sometimes things just don't click for one person like it does for the other. And so it all depends on you, whether you want to take forever to start earning income online and start building your skill set and things like that, or if you want to do it faster. So I really think people should look at it at that perspective. Like, do you want to do this fast or do you want to do it slow? And even though I think every strategy in there that we teach is really going to help people do it faster, you always want to look at that. Like for me right now, what took my business faster was doing paid advertising, right? And I had to ask myself that question, do I want to do it slower with, free market, or do I want to do it faster? And you just have to get in there and get the ball rolling so that you can get things done faster. So depending on where you are in your business, maybe you never made a sale, you want to go ahead and get that training. Or maybe you are doing free marketing right now and you want to learn how to do paid. I think Louis mentioned I think it was Louis that mentioned the Freedom Launchpad, or somebody mentioned it, right? Get that Freedom Launchpad training and get things moving faster, and also get the coaching on our Monday nights as well as in our chat throughout the week.
Absolutely. All right. Before we go, I'm going to come over here and give Richard a little woot woot. Woot woot. Richard up there, number 2 on the last 7-day list. And over here, right up here at the top on the last 30-day list. I'm still on here. I'm still hanging in there. Robin Williams, she's here. Where are you at, Louis? Louis, where are you at?
Yeah, I've been promoting other stuff. I haven't been, this is this, but my name's going to be on there. Watch it out. Watch it, Richard.
Here we come.
Yeah, bring it on. Bring it on.
Sounds good. So again, if you're here on this page, this button right here is how you get started with our system. And whoever sent you here, whoever's email brought you to this page, this button will be working for them and it will give them credit. If you find that you have any problems, just email back whoever it is that you were invited here from, and they'll make sure and get this worked out for you. But just click through here. Then right here, you can get started with the funnel builder. And then the get response autoresponder is the email machine that we use. So step 1, step 2, step 3, this will go through the exact setup of how to duplicate this site. It's got each step in here to show you exactly the way to do this. And it really is as simple as plugging in a couple of lines of information there. Let me see if I can actually step there. We'll go here. Yeah. You just come right here, put in that bit of information like you saw on that other page, my page, and then this will create a page once you plug those in. Let me see if I can do it real quick. So all you got to do is take this right here and plug that in. Come on now. Plug that in here. And then you take this right here. Now you won't have these right here so simple. You'll have to go find them through the directions. But all you got to do is put those 2 bits of code in there and then push this button. And this page is now yours.
What's going on? My name is Mike Hobbs, and
just that easy. Then you got a couple options. You can just share this out just like that and just use this page. Or like we showed, come in here and make your own kind of pre-setup before it and collect your emails. And this is the option that we always recommend, is collecting those emails. And then that way you can follow up with those people later on. So go ahead and get started right down here, and we will be here to help you every step of the way. All right. Hope everybody has a good night. Thanks everybody for joining me here, and I'll see you all next Thursday.
All right, y'all have a good night.
Thank you.
Good night.